Hi guys, Crystal and Tabitha here. We're here to talk to you today about Lori G. Ashley versus luminous air. So today we went on a bit of a find-facting mission. We found some facts about luminous air versus Lori G. Ashley, and we're able to think a little bit more about their makeup and the probability of me buying more Lori G. Ashley versus me buying more luminous air. Today's date is the
21st
21st.
of January 2017.
And I was just on Luminous Air's website looking at makeup, and we were a little bit disgusted by the difference in price. And
We did our best to do and find side-by-side comparisons, like the sizes of the bottles, the prices of individual bottles.
and for the daily wear and the use. Now, daily wear right now, I'm using Lori G. Ashley. I also use Lori G. Ashley to do my friend's makeup for special occasions. Now, I do own the Luminous Air Starter Pack, and I use that very sparingly and usually not very often. Right now, I can't afford to buy more Luminous Air, but the starter packs for Lori G. Ashley are very affordable. And it's the exact same quality. It's all mineral makeup. It is water soluble, and it stays on pretty long. It's pretty long lasting. Both makeups are water resistant, and with silica powder even more so. It's very long lasting with Lori G. Ashley. But with Luminous Air, you do not receive silica powder in your kits. So right now we're going to talk a little bit about price, and then we'll move on to daily wear. Right now, I bought the eraser from Luminous Air. That's what it looks like. And then Crystal's going to give you some facts and some pricing.
Right now, Luminous has got a pretty store-wide sale, so the prices are quite a bit cheaper now compared to what they usually are. But for this one, from the Luminous Air, there are 0.25 fluid ounces in this one bottle. And normally running, this will cost $30 from the store. It's on sale right now for $9.99, so get it while you can, but it's normally sold for $30 on the Luminous Air website. Compared, the Lori G. Ashley exclusively comes in 0.5 fluid ounces, so it's twice the size and runs for $6.40.
Now, I wear this makeup almost every day, and I use it on all of my friends when I'm doing their makeup. I see no difference between the Lori G. Ashley makeup and the Luminous Air makeup, except in a little bit of coverage every once in a while, depending on the person's skin tone and how greasy their skin is. Sometimes I need to use more than one application, which is a medium application for most people. And with the Luminous Air, I have to use 6 to 7 drops in one application. With the Lori G. Ashley, I use maybe 4 to 5 at the most. If you use more than that, I feel like it's a little bit of waste. Now, Lori G. Ashley's prices are a lot lower. Some of the reasons are that she does not use ball bearings in her makeup. And let me show you what I mean by that. This is the Luminous Air. They have ball bearings in their makeup. I'm going to shake it so that you can hear the ball bearings. It's the same sound that you get when you shake all of your nail polish, and it just helps to mix it a little bit more. Now, with Lori G. Ashley's makeup, there's no need for ball bearings. It is not as thick, but it does go a lot further. But there's no ball bearings, so you have to shake it a little bit longer. But that makes it easier for her to ship, and it makes it less pricey for you.
Alternatively, you can go to the store and buy small ball bearings that you can put into the bottle for shaking purposes, and they're 15 cents,
Yep.
Rough guesstimate. Don't quote me on that, I suppose, but...
And they come in different packs. You can usually get them for fishing lures as well.
So you have the option to add ball bearings, but for your convenience and her convenience as well, they are shipped without.
And it's very cost effective. If there were ball bearings in the kits that we received, we would probably be paying a couple of dollars extra. Now we're going to talk about Lori G. Ashley's kits versus Luminous Air's kits, and talk about price and talk about quality. So I'm going to let Crystal talk to you about price real quick.
On the Lori G. Ashley website, we were able to find that each of the individual bottles run for about $6.40 for a 0.5 fluid ounce bottle. You can also get a 4-pack for $22. You can find a 12-pack plus the, what kind of a...
Silica powder.
Silica powder, that's what...
Yes.
That runs about $50. And then if you were to buy the 12-pack plus the silica powder, plus the airbrush included, it's about $103.87. That none of that is to include shipping and handling or anything like that. Those are just the final prices. However, for the Luminous Air, on their website, we were able to find that an individual bottle, 2.25 fluid ounces, is $30, and a 0.55 ounces is $40. We weren't able to find an exact comparison for the 4-pack, but they do have collections that you can buy that come in 4-packs, and we were able to find that the 4-pack collections run about $128, give or take a little depending on the collection that you want to get. There were 12 packs that we were able to find, but they had airbrushes included. Those ran about $249. But they usually only had about 5 bottles instead of 12, and they only came in the 0.25, unless you went and individually bought the 0.55 fluid ounce for the $40 extra. So,
and who really wants to spend that extra for a name brand, really? That's all that you're getting is a name brand. Now, Lori G. Ashley is just as good and just as comparable to all of these packs, only you're paying a lot less than what you normally would be paying. With the Luminous Air, I have felt that although I only have to use one of these to match with my skin tone, it doesn't last as long necessarily. And I have to use more to put it in, and it's such a smaller bottle. And you pay $30 for this, whereas you pay $6.40 for this. I mean, I'm no math major, but that's pretty different. That's a lot different. So now we're going to move on to daily wear.
With the increase in the size of the bottles that you get from Lori G as well, it's a lot easier to be able to mix and match. So if it's difficult for you to be able to find a color that matches your skin tone, it's a lot easier to be able to mix and match the Lori G Ashley product as opposed to the Luminous, because there's more and the selection is just as variant.
Now, to get my skin color, I have to mix 2 of Lori G Ashley's. Now, Luminous Air does have my skin color right here, but it doesn't come with a whole lot. If you use it for a week, this is what you're left with. Just a little tiny itty bitty left. Lori G Ashley, I have been applying for 6 months and still have almost full bottles, because you do not need to use as much and you can use both. So for daily wear, I suggest Lori G Ashley. For limited wear, for special occasions, for every once in a while, yeah, you can use Luminous Air. But if you're really looking for that all-over coverage for an everyday use, I'd really recommend Lori G Ashley. It's price, convenience. It is mixed in convenience. It's just all over something that I have really enjoyed using, and I'm really grateful that I actually stumbled across it. So right now, I'm going to show you the eraser on one eye. I've got some bags underneath my eyes today.
College started.
Yeah, college has been rough. And then I'm going to use the Lori G. Ashley Matte L1 on the other eye. And we're going to see the difference between the two. Now, I've done this before, and I already know that the eraser from Luminous Air is exactly the same color as the L1 from Lori G. Ashley. So let's go ahead and get started. So on this eye, we're going to use the eraser, okay? And on this eye, we're going to use Lori G. Ashley. Would you hold that for me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and shake the Luminous Air. Now, Luminous Air, you usually only have to shake for about 30 seconds because of the ball bearings. They recommend a full minute. And it's pretty well shaken up there. And because I'm only doing my eyes, I'm going to put in just 4 drops. Alright. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the camera so you guys can see the difference. I'm going to move my machine away a little bit so that you can hear me over the machine.
Yeah, move it off the table.
No, I can do that. There we go. Now nothing's coming out yet, just the air. Okay. So I'm going to close my eye just really lightly, and then I'll look up to get the bottom portion. Alright, now I'm going to look up. Alright. Now as you can see, I have these little tiny lines. I just take my finger, usually, and go like this, and pull down. And it usually gets rid of the lines. But you can still see that I have dark circles. So I'm going to let that dry just real quick. And I'm going to do another coat. And I have the lines again. You want to pull those lines down just a little bit. Okay. Now I've used almost everything in my cup, which is pretty normal for the stuff. So I'm just going to kind of finish that off. And as you can see, there's a huge difference between one eye and the other. But you can still see the blue underneath my eyes, the very dark colors. Even as it's pretty much dry already, I can still see that I have the color. Now I'm going to use that on my cheek real quick and see if I can achieve a little bit more clarity. Okay, so here's one side done. I'm going to dry it a little bit so you guys can see the dry product. Now I don't always dry it using my airbrush, sometimes I just let it air dry, but for time purposes. Okay, here we are. So there is a difference. You can see the bags underneath this eye still. And now with this eye, you can still see the bags, but they are covered quite a bit. I do have these lines right here. Happens to me a lot. Alright. Now we're going to do the Lori G. Ashley. But first I'm going to clean out my stylus because I cannot mix the two. I have found that mixing the two just leads to a lot of glopping and glooping.
Nobody likes glopping.
No. You don't like to have to redo your makeup either. Alright. Now, the Lori G. Ashley, I need to shake this for 1 to 2 minutes. I usually only shake it for 1 minute. Now while I'm doing this, I'm going to talk a little bit about the differences. Now there are very minute differences, but maybe not on... I just dropped it.
Too much shaking.
Yeah, too much shaking. There are very minute differences to these, but I don't know if you're going to be able to catch it on camera. So I'll go pretty slow and see if the camera can pick it up. Alright. I'm going to add just a couple of drops of Lori G. Ashley. Because it goes a lot further, I usually use maybe 3. There we go. Okay, so once again, this is the luminous air side, and this will be Lori G. Ashley here in a minute. Alright, now I do have those lines again. That does tend to happen. All you gotta do is just pull them out. A little bit of a glop right there. That was not makeup. Every once in a while I have little corner eye boogies that kind of come out when I pull the makeup across. But here is my first application. Already I see a bigger difference than what I was beginning to see with the luminous air. So I'm going to go ahead and do one more application like I did with the luminous air, and then we'll reevaluate. Alright guys, I'm going to pull that down just a little bit. Alright. As you can see, come in a little bit stronger this time. I didn't quite get into my corners very well. It's probably because I wasn't looking up well. Let me try this one more time. Doing somebody else's makeup versus doing your own is a little bit different. Alright. Now this is a little bit lighter than what my normal skin tone is because I did not mix it. But let me get rid of this and then we'll dry the Laura G. Ashley. Now you can see I had to get rid of the last Laura G. Ashley because it lasted so much longer. Alright, now I'm going to dry. And I have Chris here to tell me what she thinks. Now she's completely unbiased. I have asked her to be completely honest. Because the camera does not pick up some of these differences. And Chris sees me every day. I'm just drying. They both look pretty dry to me. There we go. Alright, now you can see the end result. And now we're going to have Chris's opinion for the everyday wear. Now again, this is all before I put on my foundation for the rest of the day. Because I usually do more than 2. Okay. This was Luminous Air. And this was Laura G. Ashley.
I think even here on the camera, you can see it's more difficult to be able to see the lines. Although, like you said, the color is a little bit lighter than what you usually would. I feel like it looks like it has covered up the lines and the discoloration underneath your eyes.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And because right now it's not blended.
And it does look a little bit shinier than the Luminous Air, which is to be expected if you don't have the silica.
Silica powder, yes.
So with the Laura G. Ashley, you do need to use the silica powder afterward to be able to
set it.
Make it a little bit more matte.
But she is right. I can definitely see that this is covered quite a bit more underneath my eyes with the Laura G. Ashley.
Even on camera, so you can imagine
the difference in person. The Luminous Air is lighter on my skin than the Laura G. Ashley is. And sometimes I wonder if it takes a little bit longer to dry, necessarily. But you can definitely tell that I got a lot more coverage out of it. I'll try to shut my eyes so you can see. You can probably see better on my eyelids too. The coverage is way more effective. Thank you.
Yeah.
Alright. Now if you guys have any questions for us or would like to see more, please let me know. And subscribe. Subscribe. Get those likes. I like them. Have a great night.